Hello and welcome to the Parenting Tools podcast. My name is Jason.
And my name is Jordan, and this is the podcast where myself and Jason have a little chat about dad life. And today, we are going to be revisiting an old favourite topic of work-life balance.
Hot new take.
Got a new take on old teaching this dog new tricks.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Sweet, I'm so tired of you. Sweet, I'm so tired of you treating me this way. I'm sick and then I'm...
So, George, what's been happening? I think on the last episode we went, we're back! And then we haven't been.
Yeah.
Hiatus.
Hate us. Well, don't hate us. We just had some tech problems, didn't we?
Tech problems, some mild life breakdown problems.
Yeah, which we'll come on to. But yeah, just life has gotten in the way of the pod.
There have been a series of things that have gone wrong where I said to you, like, I think I've got a curse.
Yeah, we were talking about it. For the Christians, we were talking about Job and everything.
It's just a series of unfortunate events. Great film, that. I enjoyed that. Jim Carrey.
I've never seen it.
What? Really?
Is it Jiminy Snickets?
Jiminy
Lemony Cricket.
Yeah, that's that guy.
Lemony Snicket. But yeah, it's one thing after the other. Life is hitting you hard, mate.
But we are here. We're back.
Yeah.
We're rolling.
Thriving.
I just want to tell you something really funny. I thought it was really funny. That Noah said to me today. We went to Aldi. I said, if you come around Aldi and you're great, I'll buy you a treat.
Nice.
I bought like 3 treats. Can't help myself.
We talking toys, sweets?
No, like a packet of crisps.
Nice.
Some biscuits.
Yeah.
Anything that we need. That's a treat. Bread, treat. No. But anyway, got these like corn crisps. Gave them to her at the back of the car. I said, these are my absolute favourite, Daddy. And I went, really? Even better than ready salted crisps? And she went, nah.
No.
Absolutely not.
Not absolute favourites, no.
She went, absolutely not.
Corn crisps, just not popcorn.
No. It's like maize.
Maize. I had some popcorn today. Just
Anyway, that made me laugh. I thought it was
just so
funny.
you know, I also went to Aldi today
Nice.
for toilet roll.
Yeah, we got toilet roll too.
Went for the purple softest.
Is that what you go for? I
yeah.
go for the big chunky one. They're thicker rolls.
Yeah, they don't spin though.
You get more on them.
Yeah, but they chafe against the wall.
Oh, you've got fancy like toilet roll holders, haven't you?
I wouldn't say so.
The downstairs one is fancy.
Is it? You want to go upstairs, mate? Pauper rolls. And I bought
string.
It's just a flannel. And then I bought 2 Belgian buns. And the idea was to eat one and then keep one in the car for on the way here, but I just ate them both. We've got an opening question.
Ooh.
An opening question, rather, from a friend of the pod, Calum. And Calum asks this. Do you help or ignore the random child you don't know asking for a leg up in soft play?
It's me and my wife, polar opposites on this.
Yep.
I am a complete ignore. Pretend like I didn't hear them. I'm too embarrassed to help. I don't want to help. I think it's awkward.
Excuse me, sir, I'm bleeding. Not my problem, mate.
Go find someone else. Whereas you leave Ellen at soft play, she's got them all like in a queue, like all playing together.
I've witnessed this.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
So that's my answer.
I joined the queue.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
assertive. All right.
I went to a soft play yesterday for my nephew's birthday. It's very nice. Went to, I don't even know what it is. It's like a Robin Hood theme park.
Oh, nice.
You been?
No.
There you go. Anyway, the soft play there is amazing. They've got one of those, drop slides.
Yeah.
And there was 2 levels, pretty scary. And I saw special guest Dan, his nephew. It's his birthday. My nephew's birthday.
His child.
There we go. Saw him run out the soft play going, oh, I can't find Daddy. And then all you see, a special guest dad going on the drop slide by himself. He comes out the other side.
He loves a pair of joggers as well. He'd have flown.
Like, what are you looking after Jax? He's like, he couldn't go on this one.
No, that's good. I like a good drop slide.
But any rogue children, just
So I'm at the phase of life now which I enjoy. I don't have to go in the soft play.
yeah.
You can leave them to it. You haven't got to follow them round. And it's changed my opinion of soft plays.
Has it?
Mm.
A good way.
I'm more happy to go.
Oh, so you weren't?
Yeah.
Because you had to go in there and enjoy time.
Yeah, it's like
with
after
your
a little
child.
bit, you're like, oh, I'd rather just sit down. This is
I'm
a lot of-
unfit.
there's a lot of punching over.
A lot of crawling.
After a little, you know,
Isn't it funny how, like, when you're little, crawling doesn't hurt your knees at all? You don't think twice about it.
walking hurts my knees now.
As soon as you hit your 30s, it's like, oh, this hurts.
Someone said the other day, it's like the old thing of you're only as old as you feel. I was thinking, I feel well old.
I feel close.
Yeah.
I think I might get some of those gardening knee pads to go on the soft play.
It's a great shout. Go down the slide on them as well. Wait. So now I'm not in the soft play much really. I do to, show willing.
Yeah, when you were, what would you do for the...
For the rogues,
Yeah.
for the rogue stuckers. I think maybe I would help. Yeah.
I think if there's a parent in the vicinity and they're just like trapped behind like a string fence, as they are in soft plays, I'm happy to help. Because the parents can see
Behind
what's
a
going on.
string
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. That's the one. That's what's fun.
If they can see, I'm happy to help. If not, I'm just like, I don't.
Yeah.
Some man help me. Touch my bum.
Whoa. Yeah, you've got to go under the armpits.
Exactly.
Yeah, you've got to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you never know.
I'll be boosting from behind. Under the armpits.
Just lift them by the head.
Yeah. Obviously, if they're in danger or it looks like they're going to fall,
yeah.
then I'm more likely to.
There was it once that we were at the soft play together and there was a child that was sick down the slide?
Down the slide, yeah.
Yeah.
We all just walked off. Nope. No. We're going
No more problem. And then the people cleaning it had to try and straddle the slide. It was a massive
It was
slide.
huge. Oh, gravity was having its way with it.
It's like get a body cleaning suit on and just go down.
Oh, mate, hilarious. But I've got some news. So last episode,
Ooh.
dropped the baby 3 news.
Yes.
We have now crossed the 20-week threshold.
Wow.
So we know what we're having, gender-wise.
Ooh.
So, do you want to know? Do you know?
I think
Did I tell
know.
you?
No, I think I saw it on social media. Ruined the surprise.
Yeah, I said to Dan, I was like, let's wait until me and Jace have recorded. And then you text like, can't do
We
today.
were supposed to do last week.
Yeah. And then I was like, I don't want to wait a week and a half. I said, yeah, go on then. So we are having, any guesses?
Well, I know.
Oh, yeah. Pretend you don't. It's funny because people go, what do you think you're having? I'm like, boy or a girl?
Do you not entertain the, ooh, could be this, could be that?
No,
No.
not this time. And it's like, have you got any feelings? It's like, no.
Just crippling anxiety.
Yeah, it's not me. It's not me. So Leanne thought this time round it would be a girl because she's been quite unwell. And she was unwell with Myla.
Yep.
And then she thought, maybe I'm just in my own head. Maybe it's a boy. And it is a baby girl. Yes. Having another little girl.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm quite excited. I'm excited about having another girl.
It's really exciting.
Because there were pros to both.
Yep.
So we've got, so Luke will be nearly 6 when baby comes. So we'll have a nearly 6-year-old boy, a nearly 4-year-old girl, and then a baby. So I thought having a boy would be good because then Myla being the only girl, she wouldn't have that sort of middle child getting forgotten about,
Yeah.
being the only girl. But then I thought, will Luca want, when he's like 16, will he want a 10-year-old brother following him around?
True.
So I was a bit like, this is quite pros to both.
Pros to both.
So when we had the girl, I was like, that's actually really exciting
Yeah.
because me and Luca still get our boy time. I was like, we still get boys' nights. He was like, yes. And then we'll have, 2 little girls. And I think I'm a lot softer with Myla than I am with Luca. So when the baby's crying in the middle of the
A bit
night,
more sympathy.
yeah, I'm not going to be like, we should never have done this. I'm gonna be more like, come here, baby girl. Let's sort you out.
How have Luca and Mila reacted?
Didn't go the way we planned. So we had we thought we'd find out so we could tell them, so they could prepare.
Yeah.
Luca wanted a boy, Mila wanted a girl. Until like the day of, then Mila was really pro boy. I said probably the week of, she really wanted a boy. So they both wanted a boy. And what Leanne did was she went to the shop and she bought a blue baby grow, a pink baby grow, wrapped up the pink one once we found out. And they unwrapped it, opened it to find the pink one. Luca, well, they were both buzzing. He goes, "It's a sister." Starts swinging this baby grow around his head. Hits Mila in the face, like square in the eye. She starts crying. He's going, "It's a sister." She's crying her eyes out. She's going, "Oh, Luca."
Did you record it?
Yeah, it was chaos. It was chaos. Wasn't the aesthetic Leanne was going for, but it was hilarious. I'm just filming it, just shaking my head. Like, this couldn't have gone any worse, but like exactly how you'd expect it to go.
Amazing.
Good times, mate.
And so Leanne's 20 weeks pregnant now?
She's 20, 2021.
20-ish.
Depends when this comes out.
What's happening at the moment with the pregnancy? I've forgotten all of it. What happens?
You probably have to ask her, but I would say, she's felt quite unwell this time.
Oh.
More so than with the last two. What was previously happened was after the 12 weeks, she was fine. So a bit of sickness first trimester.
Yeah.
Got out of that, and then it was fine. Now she's, like well into the second trimester, still feeling quite sick quite a lot of the time. She's got a cold at the minute as well, so that's not really helping. But she's starting to now feel the sort of growing pains, like hips are hurting, back's hurting, all that sort of stuff. But I would say she's at the stage of size where you don't risk it asking a woman if she's pregnant or not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't quite say congratulations. You just think a bit in between. If you know she's pregnant, she looks pregnant. If you don't, then it's risk on you. She's going to hate that. But it's true. It's true. She's starting to grow a nice little bump. Do you know what? Pregnancy really suits her. She looks good pregnant. I'll give her that.
There we go. Bring it around. Bring it back.
No, she does. And she just like soldiers on. Today I said, "Why don't you have to have the day off work?" She's like, "I can't." Just cracked on, went in. Not feeling too well.
Is it the third time round? Do you still have to do like the classes and stuff?
No, I don't think so.
You just done it, completed it, mate.
Completed it, mate, yeah. Yeah, we didn't second time. I don't think you have to with anything, do you?
It's a requirement.
I don't know. It was COVID second time, so
Oh yeah.
they weren't on.
Are you already got like birth plans sorted?
I think it's just do what we did last
Does
time.
that happen now? I've forgotten.
I think so. I don't know. We've done it twice before. I think it's just rinse and repeat.
You don't even need to pack a bag this time, do you? Just
No.
see what happens.
Rock up, third time,
Bag of crisps.
baby slide out.
The only bag you're
Be like-
taking is snacks.
Yeah. That baby be like, Dan on the slide. Oh, wait, out it comes. And then we'll go home.
I just clubbed what you said.
I tell you what, though, the scans. So our first lot of scans would have been 2019.
Yeah.
And between then and now, they're loads. Like
The technology.
technology, yeah.
That's it.
You can see so much.
FaceTiming them.
In essence, yeah, you could see her little eyes, see her lips,
Wow.
all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's just spine, like individual vertebrae.
Wow.
Vertebrae. I'm not quite sure there. Doctors get in touch. But no, it's it's quite exciting now. It's becoming it's all happening. Done the room, starting to do the room.
Yeah.
I think we're halfway there.
You got space in the car?
Not yet.
It's just that yet?
No, one of my mates, so my best mate, messaged me some car seats that fit in a smaller car. So
The boot.
yeah, what you do, you just strap them to the roof. So mate, it's all happening. All happening, baby girl.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
Very exciting.
Thank you. Yeah.
Got
really
any
excited.
clues on the name?
No.
Have you any conflict? Or you just both
yeah,
not
a little
finding
bit. Yeah, a little bit. The problem we're having, it's not a problem. So we've got Luca and we've got Mila.
Yeah.
I think
You want an
people
A.
think, no, that's the thing.
It's the problem.
We don't want an A. I think people think we've done it on purpose.
Mm.
but we haven't. We just like those names.
4 letters with an A at the end.
Yeah. Someone even said to me yesterday at church, they thought we were going LMN. I said, I haven't got that sort of brain
Myla and Nyla.
power. Nyla. Like Nora.
Nora?
Yeah. Nora Jones.
Explorer.
What a legend.
Who's Nora Jones?
You don't know who Nora Jones is?
No.
Oh, singer.
I only know the Explorer.
No, lovely voice, Nora Jones.
Have you seen this reel about Dora the Explorer?
No.
That she's actually an internet browser.
No. No, not at all.
If you're at home, Google it, see what happens.
Okay.
Conspiracy theory.
I'm going to do it later on.
Yeah.
I've got one more thing on the baby front before
go
we move on. I've noticed something. When we tell people, obviously we're having a third child. When we tell people that I've got 2 children, or 1, that we're having a third child, they go, "Oh, you're brave. Or going for it. Oh, are you crazy? Going for it. You feeling all right?" All that sort of stuff. You get lots of that with people with 1 or 2 kids. When you tell people that have got 3 or more, we're having a third baby, they go, "Oh, amazing. Amazing. Like they are buzzing."
Yeah.
The difference in reaction is quite stark. Tony Stark. It's very different.
Do you think that's because most parents that stop at 2 are just completely overwhelmed by the idea of a third?
I would say so. I'd say probably I could hazard a guess at our early episodes when I was first going on about the difference between 1 and 2 and the jump from 1 to 2. I probably said I couldn't think of anything worse at the time.
Yeah, it would be nice to hear from someone who's got like 4 kids.
Yeah,
listening to those episodes, just going,
yeah,
I have no idea
easy,
what you're talking
easy
about.
work, mate.
Yeah,
but so Leanne's dad is one of 4. Yeah, he's one of 4, and one of them has got 5 kids.
Wow.
So we saw them recently. He said, "Oh, we're having a third," and they were like, "Oh, amazing, amazing," and they're asking us all these questions. Mark the chef told him, he was like, "What are you doing?" I've got another friend, Isaac. Shout out to Isaac. I love Isaac. I had a little boy last week, and he just messaged me saying, "It's so hard. The jump from 1 to 2 is hard, really hard."
Wow.
So it's quite funny the difference in reactions from the people that have got.
Yeah, 1 to 2 is double. 2 to 3, it's only a third more.
That's true.
There you go. Maths.
All right, Borders. So, you want to do a little bit of funny things your kids have said this week?
Yeah, I've got a phrase that Noah's picked up. I think she got it from school.
Oh, dear.
Again, it came out today at Aldi. Which said, "Dad, can we get some jelly? We've got tons of jelly at home. I know where it's on the top shelf of the fridge. Loads of jelly." She goes, "I promise you, there isn't."
Ooh, promise you.
Yeah. I went, "You sure?" She goes, "Yeah, I promise you. There's no jelly. It's all gone."
Yeah.
So I bought some jelly. There's tons of jelly.
So much jelly.
Our entire top shelf is now just jelly.
Amazing.
But this phrase of "I promise you," I'm not sure I like it. It's not funny. It's
deceptive.
It's not just deceptive. It's just like it's the beginning of slang, like little phrases.
Yeah. Literally, we get a lot of. Literally. I literally just did that.
Literally. Yeah.
Another one we get from school. What you say is what you are. That's what my little boy's been coming out with a lot recently. But he uses it sometimes brilliantly. Other times, I'll say, "Pick your coat up." What you say is what you are. I'm like, doesn't make sense. And we've said it that many times that when he says what you say is what you are, his 3-year-old little sister will go, "Doesn't make sense." She just comes out with it.
That's so funny.
Yeah, bless her. So yeah, that's quite fun. I promise you. You can't take her at a word anymore, though.
I was explaining it to her on the way home. She didn't put 2 and 2 together. That phrase actually was talking about promises.
Your word is worth nothing.
We talked about the pinky promise out of Trolls. She was like, "Oh yeah,
like a pinky promise."
Yeah, pinky promise. Anyway,
so I've got a voice note.
All gone.
So one of my wife's pregnancy symptoms, could call it a superpower, is her sense of smell goes insane. So the point where she'll come home from work, I'd have eaten lunch at maybe 12. She'll come home from work at 4 and she'll say, "Did you have chicken today?"
Chicken with a side of mango chutney,
Yeah, she'll pluck it out.
season of basil. Yeah.
Yes. You've been speaking to her. And a few weeks ago, I'd say maybe 3 weeks ago, I had a bit of gas, to put it mildly. I had the farts, basically. And it was sending her insane, like wild. She was going, "This is hot. Like, don't you realise my sense of smell is..." I was going, "Yeah, I just can't help it." So I would go into the bathroom. I'd go away to do them. I'd come back in and she'd go, "You fired again." And I was thinking, what do I do? Anyway, went out and did a little fart on the way out. And did it downstairs as well. Got this voice note off my boy from Leanne's phone. He's not got his own phone. But Luca sent me this voice note.
"Daddy, you need to think before you stink."
You got to think before you stink. So I have been trying to think before I stink, to be a supportive husband.
You have to get yourself some Thunderpants.
Yeah. Just need a little escape valve.
Just cling film. Just
Yeah, so
all the way around.
bit of guilt there. I just can't help it though. It's worse in the car.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's quite bad.
When you were saying the pregnancy symptoms to superpowers, I thought you were just rebranding like bad symptoms to superpowers.
Yeah, well, you could do. There's lots of, what's your superpower?
There's lots of downsides to it, though.
Mood swings.
I'm just going to make the point that it's all right that some of it's really rubbish.
Yeah, no, it is.
Not all right, but you know what I mean.
It is.
Just acknowledge that it's a lot of very rubbish.
Yeah. No, it is. I've had to really step up my game in the supportive category.
Yeah, not just fired when you want.
Yeah, and it's. But yeah, I need to think before I stink. And if you want to get in touch with the funny things your kids have said this week, please do at Parenting Tools Pod.
My sister's just sent me a message. So one of my favourite things about this time of year, around towards when the Easter things start showing on the shelves, mini eggs, Cadbury's mini eggs. So much so,
we've indulged.
I've already offered you some.
Yeah.
Always got some mini eggs on hand.
In hand.
And in my belly. This time of year, absolutely love them. Once I bought a 5 kilogram box from the Cadbury shop in Birmingham.
That's amazing.
For £5.
£5?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're out of date, but
It's a chance I'm willing to take.
they don't go out of date.
Think before you stink.
My sister just sent me a I don't know what shop this is in, but there's a bag, 1 kilogram for £19.
Oh, I've seen this today.
They put a security tag on it.
Yeah. Have you seen the caption?
They better hatch dragons for £19.
It's true.
Oh, it's funny that I saw that and went, that's a fair price.
I love a caramel cream egg, not the original one.
The caramel one.
The caramel egg. Yeah.
This is a controversial take. Don't like either.
Mm.
The proportions are all wrong.
What you talking like goo to chocolate?
Everything. The
Filling.
chocolate's too thick. The caramel's too much. Goo. The shape is too sticky.
Your teeth do feel like they've been assaulted after you've eaten one.
Yeah.
It's just like
You really got to commit to it as well. You can't leave that.
no.
You have to eat the whole thing.
Yeah. It's one sitting. That's so true.
You can't dabble in the chocolate cream egg.
You wanted to talk about work-life balance, which is something that we talk about a lot. I'd say it's probably our most talked about topic.
I would say we get a lot of questions about work-life balance.
True.
We've not actually talked about it for a long, as a conversational topic for a long time. And I think recently I've had a change of heart. Not necessarily a change of heart. I've had a new understanding. Let's say that. And I think I used to strongly suggest, and I think I still stand by this, that when you're having a child, like newborn stage, take as much time as you can off work. That was my stance. Just do whatever you can to be at home as much as you can, especially for the beginning bit.
Yeah.
And I'm talking more than 2 weeks. Like, do as much as you can. That was my stance because that was my experience. And when my daughter was born, it was like, okay, this is the most important thing. Let me reorient my world around being home as much as I can. Enough so I can just pay the bills.
Yeah.
The downside of that is that you're only getting enough money to just pay the bills.
Well, as you were saying that, slight tangent, but related, it's all in the news at the minute, isn't it, about paternity leave and how the UK has the worst paternity leave in Europe.
It's awful.
There's a lot of countries in Europe.
This is. We're not a political podcast. We usually stay away from politics.
Very divisive topic.
This is a divisive comment I'm about to make.
Oh.
I don't think it is. I think everyone's on board with what I'm about to say. I feel like the UK is becoming a second world country. We're going backwards. Anyway, just cost of living is so high at the moment. Like, it is just really unfeasible to afford like taking a lot of time off with your kids. Like, there is a clear affordability line between families that can afford for one parent to work and one to not. I'm not talking about whether you should or you shouldn't, just the ability where one parent stays at home with the kids. I would love that as a possibility.
Yep.
Which can't afford it. And that is sad, but it's also what I've accepted. That's just the way it is. However, recently, so my daughter is 4. I don't know why that took me so long to think. I knew that. That was not a surprise or trick question.
Promise you she is.
She's 4. And I still value my time with her massively. So I work early on a Monday and Tuesday so I can pick her up from school and spend the afternoon with her every week. Absolutely love it. However, there has been a massive shift in my appreciation for parents who put in a lot more work so they can earn a few more quid just to have more room for their kids. And time does come at a premium of cost. I still think I'm in the camp of, as long as the money you're getting is worth it. Like, if previously, like, the amount of money that I was earning was like, if I work an extra day, it's not going to change. Things aren't going to be any different for us. We just will be able to afford another pack of chocolate or something on the shop. Whereas when you have more potential to actually alleviate some stress, I completely understand a lot more why parents prioritize work, let's say, over family. But it's from that perspective of, in order to facilitate family. I say all of that within the context of, I still am a huge advocate for as much time as you can with your kids.
Yeah.
It's just now understanding that, actually, do you know what? We've gone as a family. We would love for one of us not to work as much so we spend time with our daughter. It's not reality right now. But like, if we put in the work now for like 6 months to a year, where like, so wants to study some more things, like, that's going to require time somewhere and a sacrifice of either our time together or her time with Noah. It's like, well, that might be for 6 months, but that will enable us to move somewhere to have more freedom in the future.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's much of a change in my thought, but it's just a massive appreciation, probably where I didn't have before, of going, it's not so simple.
Yeah.
It's actually really tricky, especially with the way things are. Cost of living is so much. But I just have a little bit more insight.
Yeah. I feel like I have that internal battle quite a lot of, I want to earn more money so we can do more as a family and provide more for the kids. I used this example recently talking to someone. An advert for Disneyland came on TV and the kids were like, can we go there? I would love to be able to go, yeah. Not spoil my kids. I don't want them to be spoiled, but to just have that opportunity to give them the experiences that they want. At the minute, it was like, give me 10 years. The trade-off is I get to work from home. I have a job. I love my job. Like, I recently talked that I went back to this job because I missed it.
Yeah.
You know, it gives me the lifestyle I want to live with the kids. I can, you know, work flexible hours. It's one of those jobs where you turn your laptop off at the end of the day and you can leave it there. If you want to do more, you can. All that it's so flexible.
Yeah.
Got a great team and all that sort of stuff, but it doesn't put me in that position to go, yeah, if you want to go to Disneyland, let's go in summer. There's a trade-off, isn't there?
There's a trade-off somewhere, and I think I have a problem when it comes to this conversation when people don't recognise the sacrifice on either side.
Yeah.
For the people who are in the camp of, you know, I'm just going to work as much as I can and I'll provide for my family. Like, that's a good argument as long as you recognise the trade-offs. If you don't acknowledge the trade-offs properly, it actually becomes a little bit of a scapegoat of, actually, I'll just focus on this while that's going on. But same for the other side of it. It's like, yeah, it's really difficult. And like, we didn't have much, like, growing up. I don't have any resentment for my upbringing at all. But it's that thing of, as a parent, I want the freedom to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So I want to have those memories as well for myself with my children, my child. And it's like, yeah, understanding that whichever way you go, sometimes you don't actually have a choice. And that's the reality for a lot of people. And that's where, like, we've been as well. Like, we just didn't have a choice. We have the jobs that we have. There is no other solution. But then recently when I changed my job, I was doing freelance work for a bit. And it was the very real thing of, if I work an extra day, I can earn this extra bit of money.
Yep.
And it was that trade-off of going, okay, let's put a figure to it. And then now we know what the trade-off is.
Yeah.
And like, there were times when I took that trade-off because it was good enough for our family to go, okay, do you know what? I'm just going to have to work today. Other times it's like, do you know what? No, like, I've been working too much. I need to spend time with my family. But it's that just acknowledging it's going to cost something somewhere.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, over the summer, there was a bit of a trend online where it would be a video of a guy on holiday. Like, when you're on your family holiday, but daddy's the boss. And like, they're always, and I saw a few of them. It's always like a bloke on his phone or on his laptop. And the comments, as you'd imagine, were quite stinging. Like, how sad is this? Spend time with your family. And I just think, if you're self-employed and, you know, not taking a phone call could cost you X amount of money, and if you have to pay people's salaries as well, you know, there's more lives at stake than just yours. I think that's a responsibility that I don't think I could hack at the minute. I don't think I could hack it anyway, to be honest.
Yeah.
But my respect levels for those people. One of my best mates has got his own business, employs quite a few people now. And I look at him, and when he talks about the kids and stuff, and he puts in so much effort to his business, but there's lives at stake, people's livelihoods. And I just think that my respect levels for him and his wife as well, like, just think, good for you guys. It looks very different to how we do things. But I just think let's take the judgment out of it. Like what you said, seeing things from the other side.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones, I think, now as well, with the trend of employers wanting people back in the office a bit more. There's like that swing away from that flexibility that sort of lockdown gave. And that for me is huge. Like, Luca was ill last week. He was off school for 3 days. And I just worked from home. And it didn't affect too much.
Yeah.
I fell behind with work, but I caught up when I could. And by the end of the week, I was up to speed and managed to get ahead as well. But not having to take a sick day, not having to take annual leave, not having to eat into anything like benefit-wise, was massive. And it just takes the whole pressure off the situation.
It's huge. And I think it makes me really sad when you can see a lot of that going away for a lot of people. Yeah. And it's like, from a business perspective, I don't understand how businesses don't understand. Like, when your employees are happier, they work better. Like, that's a well-known study. Like, it's actually there in data. And for some reason, we're not seeing that reflected because of essentially what I think is, like, people just want more control and
potentially, I see, you know,
I can understand jobs that require you to be in the office.
Yeah.
And like, so I go to the office once every 2 weeks. It's not a lot at all, but that is like we need like at least once every now and then. And because there are some tasks that you need to be in the room with people, it does make things quicker for some things.
Yeah.
But for the majority of stuff as well, like, I think there's also just a lot of flexibility around parenting. Like, if you have to go to the office, but there's just a lot more flexibility because you're a parent or because you've got other commitments. Like, as long as you get your work done,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Then
Unless you work at a shop that opens at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, you've got to obviously apply common sense, haven't you?
Yeah.
And then when you say, more flexibilities for parents around school pickup time, then you have people going, well, what about me? Just because I've not got kids.
See, should we go there?
Mate, if you want to go there.
I think generally, like, people that don't have kids and people that do have kids, I actually don't mind if they are treated differently to an extent, to the point of understanding our current government is not supported, and the way the world works at the moment is not set up very well for parents. Like, it's not set up very well for families. It's also not set up very well for people who aren't parents.
That's true.
But it's pros and cons of both situation. I don't think every person needs to be treated the exact same in the workplace as long as they are treated equally. Is that
Equitable.
That's what I mean.
So what would you say to people who go, well, you chose to have kids. Why should you have extra privileges that I don't have?
I think the most simple thing is pay. Like, if you could say to a parent, you know what, actually, because you've got kids and, like, over the year, let's say you take 10%, like, early mornings or whatever it is, where you're, like, 10 minutes late, but you can do that every day, no stress. For the other people that are there every day with stress, it's pay discrepancy. It doesn't seem fair in terms of, but if you're paying for people's time, and time is one of those valuable things, you could do that. That could also be a terrible idea. This is the reason why I'm not in charge of these things.
Well, I don't know, man. It's one of those things. I don't have the answers, and if it like you said, if you're looking out for other people's interests, which I think as a society we don't do very well anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, then I think you'll always find. Yeah, and you could say that for people that have got care responsibilities.
I think it's really difficult for, like, massive companies to figure this out. It's not impossible. I definitely would say that. I think if I was an employer, I would like to pay people what they're worth, make them feel valued, but every person does require different situations. And I think that's okay.
I think ultimately for me, from the way I see things, which isn't fact or anything, probably isn't even based in fact, the problem for parents and work for me, from what I see, all comes back down to the original thing that we said. There is no longer that choice of, can one parent stay home and one parent just earn? Now we're in a state of both parents have to be at work, really, it's taken that away. So if my wife was at home 5 days a week, she was doing the school run every day, she was doing all the stuff with the kids, like it used to be, I'm not saying it's better or worse, I then wouldn't have to say to my boss, can I leave at 3 for the school run?
Yeah.
Twice a week.
Yeah, I think
Christmas, nativities, exceptional circumstances, yeah.
Yeah.
But there isn't that requirement for it.
No.
And because we've come so far removed from that, because like you say, society isn't set up financially for that, I would say that's the way I see it. It all comes down to the fact that both parents now have to work. And again, shout out to the single parents
massively
that haven't got the choice.
And I think there's definitely an element of, like, the privilege of, yes, the UK is better than a lot of places, but also in Europe it's struggling compared to a lot of places. And I think that's just the reality at the moment. Like, tax brackets haven't changed in like 15 years or something, but the cost of living is continually changing and the median salary is going up constantly. I think I saw something, a post the other day was saying that, like, I can't remember how long it was, but like in a few years' time, the median salary will be the highest tax bracket.
Yeah.
Because the tax brackets haven't changed, which would mean the majority of the country are paying 40% tax or something.
Wow.
Which is bonkers. But
it's a lot.
I'm not clued up enough. And that's maybe part of the problem.
And that's what I say. I can only see things the way I say things the way I see it.
Basically,
And I can't see very well. So.
we're just saying we should all just be paid loads of money. Or just think it's just not cost anything.
Yeah, I think...
Yeah, that'll solve it.
The whole thing of having one... And I'm not saying it has to be the mum. I'm not going down the thing of gender roles. I'm saying...
Having one parent that looks after the kids would make life easier.
Regardless who they are. The way that it used to be, the choice...
And
it's the lack of choice that I feel like is the problem.
Some couples will do anything to get that. Other couples perfectly happy, both of them working.
Yep.
But like you said, it's the choice.
Yep.
It's the lack of choice, which is actually for a lot of people, especially like the way that we're going. It's just people are just stuck in this is what life is, and that's tough. That's really tough. And that contributes to a lot of things. But ultimately, we just want the best for our kids. And it's like, I recognise that sometimes like working too much can have a negative effect. Working not enough can have a negative effect.
Yeah.
So it's just it would be nice to have a choice. So if you're an economic genius that has the problems, don't tell us. Tell the government.
Yeah.
Solve it. That'd be great.
Or tell us and we'll tell them.
Yeah, we'll get the credit.
If you're shy. Oh, well, thank you so much for listening to the Parenting Tools podcast. If you'd like to get in touch with us with any questions, any stories, or any comments about work-life balance and all that sort of stuff, please do.
Yeah.
At Parenting Tools Pod.
We'll see you in your ears next week. That's not why I whispered that. That was weird.